Chapter 1 of The Efficiency Expert. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The Efficiency Expert by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Chapter 1. Jimmy Torrance, Jr. The gymnasium was packed as Jimmy Torrance stepped into the ring for the final event of the evening that was to decide the boxing championship of the university. Drawing to a close were the nearly 4 years of his college career. Profitable years, Jimmy considered them, and certainly successful up to this point. In the beginning of his senior year he had captained the varsity 11, and in the coming spring he would again sally forth upon the diamond as the star initial sacker of collegedom. His football triumphs were in the past. His continued baseball successes a foregone conclusion. If he won tonight, his cup of happiness and an unassailably dominant position among his fellows would be assured, leaving nothing more, in so far as Jimmy reasoned, to be desired from 4 years' attendance at one of America's oldest and most famous universities. The youth who would dispute the right to championship honors with Jimmy was a dark horse to the extent that he was a freshman, and therefore practically unknown. He had worked hard, however, and had given a good account of himself in his preparations for the battle, and there were rumors, as there always are about every campus, of marvelous exploits prior to his college days. It was even darkly hinted that he was a professional pugilist. As a matter of fact, he was the best exponent of the manly art of self-defense that Jimmy Torrance had ever faced, and in addition thereto he outweighed the senior and outreached him. The boxing contest, as the faculty members of the athletic committee preferred to call it, was from the tap of the gong as pretty a two-fisted scrap as ever any aggregation of low-browed fight fans witnessed. The details of this gory contest, while interesting, have no particular bearing upon the development of this tale. What interests us is the outcome, which occurred in the middle of a very bloody fourth round, in which Jimmy Torrance scored a clean knockout. It was a battered but happy Jimmy who sat in his room the following Monday afternoon, striving to concentrate his mind upon a college textbook which should, by all the laws of fiction, have been well thumbed, but in reality possessed unruffled freshness which belied its real age. "I wish," mused Jimmy, "that I could have got to the bird who invented mathematics before he inflicted all this unnecessary anguish upon an already unhappy world. In about 3 rounds I could have saved thousands from the sorrow which I feel every time I open this blooming book." He was still deeply engrossed in the futile attempt of accomplishing in an hour that for which the college curriculum set aside several months, when there came sounds of approaching footsteps rapidly ascending the stairway. His door was unceremoniously thrown open, and there appeared one of those strange apparitions which is the envy and despair of the small town youth. A naturally good-looking young fellow, the sartorial arts of whose tailor had elevated his waistline to his armpits, dragged down his shoulders, and caved in his front until he had the appearance of being badly dished from chin to knees. His trousers appeared to have been made for a man with legs 6 inches longer than his, while his hat was evidently several sizes too large, since it would have entirely extinguished his face had it not been supported by his ears. "Hello, kid," cried Jimmy. "What's new?" "Whiskers wants you," replied the other. "Faculty meeting. They just got through with me." "Hell," muttered Jimmy feelingly. "I don't know what Whiskers wants with me, but he never wants to see anybody about anything pleasant." "I am here," agreed the other, "to announce to the universe that you are right, Jimmy. He didn't have anything pleasant to say to me. In fact, he insinuated that dear old alma mater might be able to wiggle along without me if I didn't abjure my criminal life. Made some nasty comparison between my academic achievements and foxtrotting. I wonder, Jimmy, how they get that way." "That's why they are profs," explained Jimmy. "There are 2 kinds of people in this world, human beings and profs. When does he want me?" "Now." Jimmy rose and put on his hat and coat. "Goodbye."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?